Hello students, in our previous lecture we learned about some of the properties of quadrilaterals and different types of quadrilaterals. Today we are going to simplify theorem 8.1, which states a diagonal of a parallelogram divides into two congruent triangles. That means you have been given a parallelogram and one of its diagonals is joined, which divides it into two triangles, and then you have to prove that those two triangles are congruent to each other. So in given, I have mentioned here that we have been given a parallelogram ABCD with diagonal AC. Let's first see where is this parallelogram. So here I have a parallelogram ABCD, and since we have to divide it into two triangles using its diagonal, so let's join the diagonal. So I have joined the diagonal AC. As soon as I join the diagonal AC, you will find that you will get two triangles, triangle 1 and triangle 2. And we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other. So let's go on proving this. So in my given, I wrote down a parallelogram ABC with diagonal AC. In to prove, I wrote down triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA, which simply means this 1 and 2, triangle 1 and triangle 2. I have to prove that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Now ABC and CDA, I chose those names according to a certain correspondence. We will simplify this question, and at the end I will let you know why this correspondence. Why not ADC? Why CDA? There's a reason behind it. I will let you know at the end. So first let's move on to the proof. I wrote down in triangles ABC and CDA, which is this triangle 1 and this triangle 2. What is in this triangle? Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. So let's see where is angle 1 and angle 2. Okay, this is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Now the question is, why are they equal to each other? If I have mentioned angle 1 equals angle 2, why are they equal to each other? Now for that, we know that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are parallel to each other. So let me produce them a little so that you get an idea over here. I have side CD here and I have side AB here, and this is the diagonal AC. Now if you look at this carefully, we have seen this figure before. This is actually two parallel lines with a transversal. Yes, we know that. And this forms pairs of angles, corresponding angles, alternate angles. So if CD and AB are parallel to each other and the diagonal AC is acting as a transversal, then angle 1 and angle 2 are alternate interior angles, angles with the opposite position. And if lines are parallel, then alternate interior angles become equal. That is, angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, and that's what I have mentioned here. 1 equals to 2, and the reason is alternate interior angles. Next step is AC equals to CA. This actually means that this side AC is common in both the triangles. So why AC equals CA? Why not AC equals to AC? Because if you look at the correspondence A then C, then I have to write down C then A. This is because the correspondence. We will discuss that in a moment. Then third component I have said is that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Let's see where is angle 3. This is angle 3 and this is angle 4. Now the question is, why are they equal to each other? Because if you look at side AD and if you look at side CB, these are parallel sides. Again, the diagonal AC is acting as a transversal. Two parallel lines and the transversal. Yes, again there will be pairs of angles equal to each other. So again, if you find 3 and 4, you will see that they are angles with the opposite position. We call them as alternate interior angles, and since lines are parallel, that means alternate interior angles will be equal. That is, angle 3 equals to angle 4, alternate interior angles. You will mention the reason yourself. Here you will mention alternate interior angles, and here for AC equals CA you will mention it as common. I have forgot to mention the reasons over there. You will write down the reasons yourself. Here you will write common and here alternate interior angles. That means in triangle 1 and triangle 2, in triangle 1 and triangle 2, uh, two angles are equal and the included side is equal. We know this congruency. Yes, this is congruency of angle side angle. Therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA, and the congruence is angle side angle congruency. You understood now that why I chose a side, why I chose the name of CDA. When I wrote down ABC, why I chose CDA? Because this correspondence gives me alternate angles. Now have a look at this. When I wrote down ABC, so I'm talking about angle 1, and when I chose CDA, I'm talking about instantly angle 2. So this correspondence gives me alternate interior angles. If I had chosen, let's say, ABC, and then ADC, the name of the triangles, then in position of angle 1 there will be angle 4, and they won't be equal to each other. So this correspondence is such that it gives me alternate angles equal. That's why the name was chosen in that manner. Hopefully you understood it. Thank you.